Welcome to Frontend Air. It's been a while. I made a couple of changes that I believe would allow me to push more such videos. So for now, we're going to practice a quick question. And this is a React coding question. And the question is use state 1. This is a very easy question. Anyone familiar with React should be able to do it. So I would say go try this question before you watch this video or look at the solution. This is a very basic question and it revolves around the most commonly used hook in React. Our task is to implement the logic for managing tasks, including storing, adding, and deleting them within a local state variable. And we should just focus on the functionality and not worry about the styling. Although Tailwind CSS is configured if you want to use it. Storing task, adding task, and deleting task. Quick note about IDs. So usually IDs are generated by the server when you're working in a CRUD application. Since we have a server over here, I've given a quick function, like a quick expression that would give you a reasonably unique ID. And this will work. But in real world applications, remember, this has to come from a server. And there's also a bonus task, which is implement a clear all task feature and some resources for you to refer. Let me zoom in a bit. Let me also run the code to initialize the development server. All right. Looks like we already have a add task and a task component. And these are read-only files, so we don't have to touch them. They seem to be So add task component has state already configured, and whenever we submit the form, this input or when we click the button, the task is being sent up to the parent. And task.js has a quick button to delete the task and just displays it. Cool. Looks like we need to add the logic for the actual addition and deletion over here, because right at the moment it doesn't do anything. First up, we will update this task variable to use state, which in React is done with the React.useState, right? So we get it from React, and we know that useState returns two values, right? One is the actual value, and the other is this updater for that value. So it gives us an array. We can just simply destructure that. We got a value and we got an updater function for the value. Things still work the same way. Our application isn't broken or anything, right? So the update to use state is pretty much done. Now let's work on the add task. In fact, let's just console.log what task we are getting over here. And you can just clear these errors. Okay, let's go and yep. So it looks like we're getting the actual string value. And are we getting any empty values? Looks like we are also getting some empty values, right? So we have to kind of check for the trim value too. So in our add task function, first let's trim the task value which we get, which is trimmed. I'm going to store it in a trim task variable, task.trim. And if it's not present, like there's no value present, I'm going to simply return from here. Otherwise, I'm going to create a new task. Since our task has an ID, we need to generate a ID for our task. So like I said, you can just copy this stuff and let me just put it here. I'll just do this inline. We don't care about this. So now we have a unique ID, and we need to actually put their actual task, which is the task name. And that would be our trim task. All right, some syntax errors over here, and we are good. Let me format the code. Good. So we now have our new task set. How do we actually update the task? So we got a user updater function, set tasks, and we have to add all our previous tasks. I'm going to just spread our previous task array and then pass on the new task. In React, remember, we have to never mutate the state directly. So we have to always work with copies of state and always update the entire state. All right, let's test it out. I'm going to type hello world. Works. I can't add any empty strings. Yep. So that is done. Let's worry about delete task now. So this is going to be quite simple. Delete task is passing the ID of the actual task, which is being deleted. Directly do this inline. I'm going to filter the existing tasks. this each task and check if the ID is not equal to the deleting ID. So task.filter will return a new array. So it's not working on the same array. It returns a new array. So this should work. Okay. Yep, this works. All right, our delete task is also done. Now let us work on the clear all function. So how can we do a clear all thing? It's going to be quite simple. In fact, let's have a simple function called clear all tasks. And I'm simply going to set the tasks to an empty array, right? We need to clear all the tasks, basically set our state back to an empty array, and we should be good. But we need a presentation over here so that we can actually click on the tasks, right? I can maybe place it over here. I'm going to quickly have a button, call it clear all tasks or something. And we can do on click, clear all tasks, right? And we can simply, let us add some basic styling over here. Because Tailwind is already configured, there are some Tailwind normalized styles applied. So we can't see any styles of the button right now. So we'll do a maybe a px4, py2, bg red 500, and maybe text white. Add a couple of tasks, another task, another task. Let's see if clear all works. Yep, clear all works. You could also hide it based on the length of the task. So maybe you don't want to show clear all task, but that's completely fine. Like you don't have to worry. But if you want to, we can also do that. Let's also do that. I'm going to simply check task.length is greater than 0. If that's the case, we're going to show it. Otherwise, yeah, we won't show it. Cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want more such videos. And I think we're done with our question. Nothing much left. So yeah, let me mark it as solved. Thank you and see you in the next video.